right, so I got all of this glass to clean up. So I'm gonna take this thing to Queens and clean it. It's mostly gonna be a cleanup mission this morning. And tonight, I'm gonna be posted up at one of my spots to wait for some customers to show up. So that's what we're gonna do. Come on along. I'll show you guys how the truck gets filled up over a 24-hour period.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Mr. G, the recycling guy, and I'm back to show you some good quality content on how I turn my hobby into a service business.
It's time to clear this out. It's probably gonna take about, let's say, 30 minutes. Clean this thing out.
So initially, when I first started recycling, I used to do it on Saturdays, and eventually it turned out to be a full-time gig that I turned into a service business. I managed to book appointments, schedule routes. I'm my own dispatcher. I'm even my own cleanup man. I go around different neighborhoods and I serve different clients that are looking to sell their cans and bottles for cash.
You can see we got a lot more space left to fill. Let's do it.
Essentially, what I do is I drive a heavy volume in the different neighborhoods. So follow me along my journey. I'm gonna show you guys my ins, my outs, my successes, my failures, and hopefully I can show you guys something that could be a lot more valuable to you than it is to me now that I can actually turn a profit recycling.
So we managed to push a lot of the stuff further forward. We are left with this little bit of space right here. And so we're gonna be taking it to our next customer. We should be there in a few minutes.
I work in the 5 boroughs, so I'm all over New York City just picking up cans and bottles, going to different neighborhoods, serving different clients, inspecting different labels, engravings, and always back and forth dropping off product to the warehouse.
Okay, we're here. So all of this stuff right here, everything that you're seeing on the floor, came from inside this truck. We're gonna populate this warehouse, gonna fill this warehouse up.
So my days usually consist of a 12 to 18-hour workday, which requires me going to different locations like this home that you see right here and serving different clients. And at nighttime, I work a second shift.
So I got it rocking and rolling at one of my spots over here in Harlem. I got a location that basically a lot of African migrants have begun frequenting to sell their cans and bottles. So at nighttime, there's nowhere to sell their cans and bottles in the city. So it was only a matter of time before a truck showed up and started dealing with the people in the streets.
So I've recently come into contact with a lot of asylum-seeking migrants from all over the world that have converged into New York City, and all of them have no work authorization. So the only option for them to be able to earn an income is to pick cans and bottles. So now my small business has turned into a necessary service for a lot of people that are seeking income. So essentially my business now serves 2 functions, keeping the city clean as well as keeping people employed and out of trouble.
So we're here at the warehouse, location number 2. Sometimes you're gonna have bottles like these that are non-deposits, can't sell them, basically worthless. So basically these bottles are junk.
I only deal with warehouses that drive the highest volumes, necessarily that can get me serviced quickly, would get my stuff off the truck as quickly as possible, and get me out the door as quickly as possible so I can go back out and serve my clients.
Okay, we got a nice clean truck, got a little bit of residue on the broom, and the dust pan can't take care of. We are good to go.
I do short trips, very low mileage on the truck, which is kind of a boost to the business necessarily. I don't have to move the truck around, which leads to less oil, maintenance, and those sorts of issues.
I'm out here pumping diesel like a big shot trucker. Got 12 gallons ready to go.
I also want to say one secret to what keeps me rolling and operational is the fact that I burn such little amounts of diesel fuel.
On an average trip, it'll only cost me, let's say, around $60 in diesel. It's only 60 bucks worth of diesel. As you can see, I don't burn a lot of diesel in this business, which is good. The volume that I do drive, it would cause a lot of other people that just entered this business to burn and run through a lot of diesel. We're gonna head out to the city again. I'm gonna take you guys along for the ride, so come on.
So I designed this route specifically to be more responsive to clients that are looking to dispose of their cans and bottles and glass containers in bulk. So what you see here is me just rendering a service, making sure the client is taken care of, and making sure everything is done orderly and safely.
Up we go. This thing sounds like a missile is about to take off.
Every single building you see produces thousands of these containers, whether they be plastics or cans or glass, you name it. So now my main clientele consists of building porters, janitors, bars, clubs, hotels, restaurants, you name it. Anywhere where there's a beverage that's consumed and disposed of, this is a necessary service. So at the end of a long day, it's time to stop at Pub Key, get a sip, and to unwind.
What's up, bro? Good? Okay, that's it. So that's game over for the night. Glad you guys came. It's the last stop here at legendary Pub Key in New York City. One of my favorite places to hang out. Everybody that came along, thank you for coming along. Cheers.